The purpose of this video is to run through the app S7 verification application, which is available for download over the tech blog from appliedprojectsengineering.com. So to start off, I have a project here, and it has two S7 300s and then an S7 1500 as well. Just this is a picture of the setup. It's on a desk, just literally. It's just like a test rig, just put it in place. And basically you can see here that this is the 1500, and then there's two of the same 300. So what I have open is a data block here, and I'm going to open up my tag verification application. And basically I'm going to, as a test, I'm just going to read and write to some of these variables, quite quickly. So the very first thing that I want to do, if I want to talk to these PLCs, basically, I can see that I have in this case here with the 1500, I have a CPU, and it obviously has an IP address. So that's my first place to start. And then basically, if I come back here, I can see that this is a data block, and basically I have a number of variables. So I'm just going to use a data block just as an example, but there's other types of variables that can be used with this application. So I'm going to change my IP address to 110, and the rack is going to stay 0, and then the slot, because it's a 1500, the rack is going to change to a 1. It's 2 basically for the older S7 PLCs in the 300 and the 400. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test. I'm going to read this value here, so it's a boolean. I'm going to type in the variable, and it's basically going to be db1.dbx, and that's the x for boolean. And basically I'm going to type in then 0.1. Okay, so I'm going to do a read of that value, and I can see it came in as true. So I can see it's true up here. And then basically what I'm going to do then is I'm going to change it to, I'm going to change it to false. So then I'm going to write that down, and I can see in TIA it changed to false. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do then is I'm not going to just use a bool. I'm going to go for a real, for example, and I'm going to go for this guy right here. Okay, so basically I'm going to go and select, for example, a real, and then I'm going to just simply do a read of the value. So I have to type in the address, so it's going to be 2, as I can see up here, and I'll do a read of the value. And it's probably because, yeah, I didn't change the X. There we go. It's DBD. That's the one. So if you have any errors, it'll come up here. So I'll do a read, and I can see that it's 9.3. Okay, so if I want to go and change it, say for example in TIA, say I'm going to change it, and it's going to become maybe say 11.0. There we go. So now it's set to 11. Open my application again, do the read of it. I can see it's 11. Okay, that's perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this value, and I'm going to put it maybe to 15, for example. And I'm going to do a write, and you can see that it's changed up above. So this application is very, very handy. It can just read and write values to practically any device, Siemens S7, 1500, 1200, 400, 300, etc. Over a network. It's very, very handy. Being used in a kind of a testing, commissioning, and a validation verification sense. The one thing I would simply say with it is do not use this application in a production sense without having a restriction that's there. This application here is part of a larger application called NetHistorian, and it basically is just used to verify the tags exist beforehand. If you want to look at this application and have it customized for any kind of use, reach out to the support email in the description below. Thank you very much.